Welcome to On the Set. I'm Jeannie. Me, myself, and David Pridemore. Welcome, David.
Hey, how are you?
The gig is up.
Thanks for having me on.
Finally, we want to know, what is your gig? What's going on with you? You're an actor, a SAG actor, I might add, and quite the comedian.
I try to do some funny bits when I can, Anytime I'm working on a movie with a comedian, I make sure that I throw some zings in their way, so that's always good.
So you like how I opened the show? Me, myself, and Irene.
There you go, yeah.
So you were on?
I was telling you that. That's how I got in the business as Screen Actors Guild. I was a stand-in for an albino in a Jim Carrey movie. Me, myself, and Irene, obviously. And that was good. Renee Zellweger nicknamed me Whitey Jr. on the set, so that was good. I actually they put makeup on me for like an hour and a half, turned me into an albino, which was cool. On the day, though, when we shot the scene, I was in the middle of the car, driving by at like 35 miles an hour. It was raining out. They could have put a cardboard cutout of a cat there. They wouldn't have mattered, but it was nice to see what they did with me, But that was good times.
Good. What other movies were you in? I mean, what have I seen you in?
Well, I don't know if you saw me in it unless you were really looking carefully, but my first movie was Good Will Hunting.
Wow.
So that was kind of cool to be from Boston and start with that. It was funny. A friend of mine gave me the phone number of the person that was doing the casting, and so I called up the night before this racetrack shoot, and I'm like, when do you have classes? And he's like, stop messing around. What do you want? Like, I'll do anything to be in the movie. I'll even hold the wire in the rain, So I got to be in the racetrack scene. And if you look to the right of...
Excuse me for one second, where was it filmed?
Where was that? That was Raynham Park or something? I don't know, up in Revere.
Okay. Oh,
the one in Revere. So if you see Renee Zellweger, if you look, there's an orange blurry person next to her. That wasn't me, no. But there's a second orange person. That wasn't me either. But in the background, I'm going nuts like they just brought like an extra... The race was over, but I'm the only one going nuts in the background. But
that was you.
That was me. I got edited out on the widescreen edition, so there we go. But I also worked the Street Tavern scene, which was fun.
Oh, wow.
That was a big scene in the movie.
Sometimes when you're in a movie, that you could be in a movie for an hour, and you might just get 20, not even 20 seconds,
20 seconds would be good, you know what I mean? I'm still hoping I could ever last for 20 seconds, you know what I mean? Usually it's like, when they film, if they get 1 or 2 minutes of actual film that ends up in a day, in a 13, 14-hour day, you've been on the sets, you know how long they shoot, that's a good day if they get 2 minutes.
It's my understanding that it takes 1 hour to film to get 1 minute in a movie.
Really?
Yep.
Oh. Like I said, I thought it was almost like 14 hours.
Yeah, it can be, take after take. I guess it depends on the movie, but
like
that's
some
like
directors
the
go
average.
quickly,
Right.
Right. Like on Mystic River, for instance.
Were you in Mystic River?
I drove by a car in the little children's scene. That was cool. But Clint Eastwood, he doesn't say action. He's just like begin. Like he doesn't. Once it's so real.
Clint Eastwood doesn't have to say anything.
Oh,
he just has to give you the look.
Right.
And he still has the look.
Hey.
Yeah. So what else were you in? When did you get the bug?
I think I've had the bug, although I took some penicillin. It's almost
the acting bug.
Oh, the acting bug.
Always a comedian.
No, well, I started off young. I think I was doing I was doing Jimmy Carter in the 5th grade. I was imitating Jimmy Carter and that kind of thing. And
You
so
do impersonations too?
Oh yeah, I do. I've done.
Give me
Hey, I
one.
tell you, I get no respect. You know what I mean? I tell you, lady.
Oh my gosh.
I do a cat, which is good. And a chicken, if you're into chickens. I just destroyed your scene. But no.
Oh,
Enough of the
my
animal
gosh.
jokes, right?
That is so funny.
I did Civil Action. It was another movie, a local movie.
Oh, right. John Travolta.
Yeah. I was in a Fenway Park scene, which didn't make the cut. And I actually turned into him. I was dressed as a cotton candy vendor, and I actually knocked him down almost. He had to push off
You knocked my John Travolta down.
I didn't knock him down. I'm sorry. He had to push off me, I should say.
Wow.
That was good.
Wow. Well, there's got to be some story that really stands out in your mind always. What would that be?
That would probably be last week at the Adam Sandler movie, working in the strip club. That was actually a great 3 days at the set.
I heard about that.
I was worked on The Departed. I got cast as a crackhead, which, I don't see it, but whatever. I rehearsed for that scene for 3 years. Never mind. I'm just kidding.
So you were in The Departed?
Briefly. I don't know if you've seen me, but What else? What else was there after that? I actually got to work on The Town recently, so I got a little shot on that. I did stand-in. That's how I learned a lot doing stand-in. I did stand-in for Seymour Hoffman in State and Maine. That was a good time. I learned a lot watching him.
Have you had any like relationships, movie love scenes, and that have maybe gone on further?
Have I hooked up on the set?
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm basically asking you.
Well, I don't like to kiss and tell. I did have the hots for, I can say this, Renee Zellweger's stunt woman. She was nice. She was from LA. She was cute. So that didn't turn out
without
so well.
mentioning any names, have you noticed on sets, have you noticed love relationships going on?
Renee and Jim. I saw that 6 months coming before it happened.
So where are you going from here?
I'm going to go to the pizza place. Oh.
Are you in a definitely a comedian? I think that
Yeah, I'm going to
that's
be
the
doing
route
some.
you're
I
taking,
was
right?
writing comedy, as you know, all morning, so it's not turning out as well as I thought. But no, the main point is comedy. I think is what I really should be doing. Film is fun and stuff.
You write your own comedy from real life, or how do you get your material?
Oh, it just constantly bombards me. I'm just like, it just constantly ideas spitting out. I'm just throwing ideas out left and right. Most of it misses, I'm known for my misses. In fact, my friends call me crickets now, usually. I don't know. I don't think I'm that bad. But I did, my first open mic night I did was in California when I lived in That's funny, I left Los Angeles to move back to Billerica to study acting, so I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
But my first open mic night was at this cabaret in LA. And my friends called up and they're like, to find out what when it starts or whatever, and they're like, tonight is invalid comedian night. I'm like, okay, we know how we got the gig. But yeah, there was like invalid comedians on the main stage, and I was the side stage.
That's good.
Oh yeah, that's good to, at least where, between the albino, the invalid comedian. I got to lock on all the albinism.
You're on a roll, I see.
Yeah, that's it.
You have a certain, reputation.
Have what?
What is your reputation?
Well, depends on who you ask, I guess.
What have you heard?
Only the best, only the best, you know what I'm saying?
So what's it like being a hotshot SAG actor?
Well, I'm not one of those people that, like, oh, I go before you, I'm SAG or this or that. Like, I sit with everyone. In fact, on the boom
But you've
recently-
earned it. But you've earned it.
Yeah, it's everyone's there to do a job. If you're there as an extra or background or photo double, stand-in, principal actor, day player, you're all there to do the same thing. So I treat everyone with respect.
And you paid your dues, and you pay your dues to be on SAG.
It's funny. I called up when I first became eligible. I called up and I was like, what do I have to do? Bring in a few forms of ID? How do I join? Just a check for $1,300, Mr. Pridemore. I don't know. I guess it's all about the money. No, I'm good. SAG and after might be combining. What do you think of that? That would be great.
That would be good, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully I don't have to pay extra to join after, right?
I think they're probably going over guidelines all the time, So we have a part in that as well here on this show. So
oh, nice.
We're lucky.
Oh no, I'm after eligible. Is this okay?
I think so. So when you get your material and it sounds like you really like the mic. Like if I put a microphone in your hand right now, you'd be off and running.
I go off a little bit, I break in a little psychotic, I don't know if I got multiple personalities. Actually, I might. Recently, I just found out that one of my multiple personalities has schizophrenia, and it's upsetting all of us. So I got that. I'm trying to work through it, though.
I think there's a possibility.
Yeah, we got a lot going on. Maybe you switch to decaf. Would that be a good thing?
But you're using it. You're using.
Yeah, I'm a user, that's for sure. No. You know what I mean?
Well, speaking of that, you don't drink.
No, I quit drinking in 1990. Now I'm dating myself. Are
You're dating yourself?
Are you dating yourself? I just found out I had the worst sexual rejection the other day. My hand fell asleep on me.
Oh my gosh.
Now it took me to lunch. Just wants to see friends, other people.
Oh my gosh.
You're
too much.
I am too much.
But it's addicting. Comedy is addicting, isn't it? Acting's addicting. It's work, it's hard work, but it's also something that you're following your right path and what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. If I'm on a date and I get an idea for a joke, and I say to myself, if I say this, there might not be a second date. What do you think I go with? I go with
You
the
say it. You say it.
You have to go with
I
the
knew.
date,
I knew
you know.
Of course. I mean, that's your charm.
Yeah.
You know, everybody likes humor. Let's talk about humor.
I've been a class clown my whole life.
Were you voted?
You know what? I've got a petition out. I have my 25th year anniversary coming up at my high school reunion. I've got a petition going up. There's no reason I shouldn't have been class clown, you know. What else?
Yes, I think there is. I think there is. Hey, you know what? We have some pictures. Let's
Okay.
talk about some. First of all, we have a picture that we're going to put up right now on the screen, and you can
Okay.
tell us.
Oh, my headshot. Isn't that
When-
amazing?
Yeah.
That's like my high school yearbook
Is
photo.
that a mullet
That's a
hairdo?
mullet, I think, right? You know what I mean? You ever see
That's
that
the mullet.
Comcast commercial where the guy's looking at this beautiful young lady, and then as he slowly takes the photo away, there's like this granny is sitting there. You know,
I'm
it's
sorry, I
like,
don't mean to tease you, but you had a mullet.
huh? I had
I
a
said
mullet.
you
That
had
was
a mullet.
Yeah. So I actually still use that, and I've had agents actually like refuse to take that photo. I'm like, it's just background. Like, is this your kid? I mean, who is this guy? You know?
Well, you still look good in it.
Ah,
That's
thank
good.
you very much.
So we have another picture.
Hey, that's State Maine. I was playing a crew in that, pull focus operator, and when they shot it, I was like overacting, like it's not brain surgery, just turn the knob. Over there, that was Philip Seymour Hoffman. I was doing stand-in for him, as I mentioned earlier.
That's a nice shot.
Yeah, it is. I got
nice,
that from the
it's
Hollywood,
clear.
sent that out. It's like a on the set still, I guess.
So all these pictures that you have, you definitely can. You have memories, and you know. I mean, you don't need to use. You know, you don't need your resume to use them as a resume. But it's interesting. Everybody wants to know what goes on behind the scenes. They really do, because not everybody is in the movies. You know, small percentage. And we have one more clip, and you can explain about that one.
Hey,
All I
that's-
see is somebody's butt
That's
up in
Jim
the air.
Carrey there looking at us from upside down.
Oh, it is.
You see the albino in the lower right-hand corner. That's the guy I stood in for. You see one of
Oh.
the Farrelly brothers, and in the back is the other Farrelly brother. I unfortunately was handed a camera and asked to take a photo, and I didn't realize the guy on the ladder above me was taking the shot. So I was a nice guy and got myself kicked out of that photo.
Oh, but
so
still,
being
it's-
totally
see,
honest,
that-
but I blew it.
But that's what I'm talking about. It's still a great movie. I mean,
Oh.
a great picture, a great
Yeah,
memory.
yeah.
You know, and a great movie.
I got a T-shirt too. That was nice. Wanted photo.
Well, at least you have a T-shirt.
Yeah, I got the T-shirt out of the deal, which is bad. I got to go on the rap party too. That was great. We were out on the boat. People are diving off the boat. I probably shouldn't be saying that, but it was good times.
So what else shouldn't you be saying? We want to hear it all.
Well, there's
Give
another
us the
story.
dirt. Give us the
nah,
dirt.
I don't want to do that. You can't kiss and tell, like I said. And plus, they don't like you to talk. For some reason, they don't like you to talk about the movies ahead of time.
Correct.
So, I think I blew it with the strip club scene, right? I think
Oh.
that enraged all the locals. I mean, they put a sign out, bacon and eggs, and I mean,
Oh,
there was
no,
a strip club
no,
there
that-
already.
No,
they
this
just
wa-
put
it
a new
was-
sign on it.
David, it was on the news. Everybody knows. That was on the news because it was
Right,
an issue.
exactly.
They-
Hey, I saw
watched it.
there was a blow up near your neighborhood. Or
Oh, yeah.
what was that all about?
Well, I'll tell you, that was scary, and we'll
Oh,
talk about
man.
that. I thought it was a movie. I thought something was going on where, when you hear about accidents and it seems like it's surreal, it seems like a movie, but it's real life, and how can that be? It takes a while to figure that out, and say, well, wait a minute.
I worked on the Interpreter in New York. I used to drive my van to New York and do all this. I was living in my van down by the river eating government cheese, right? No, I was working on this movie, The Interpreter, and there was a scene where they blow the bus up. And I drove all night, and I was so tired. I was like asleep. And every time they put the explosion up, I would get up and just start running. Like, where are you going? I don't know.
Because you didn't know if it was.
No, because I was half asleep,
right?
and a bomb went off.
Right.
It was like. But I did a lot in New York. I worked on a TV show called Ed. I was a bowler on a lot of scenes there, and Law and Order SVU. And there was a
Okay.
show called The Street. I actually know New York subways better than I do Boston subways. I
Oh,
think.
wow.
It's good times. But then
Well, when
gas
you're-
prices went up to $5 a
Yeah.
gallon, right?
Well, when you're an actor, you have to know what certain things are all about in order to act that part. So you know about real life, and you can't act it if you don't know about certain things.
Well, that's what you were mentioning earlier about being real and staying in the moment. As even if it is background or extra work, whatever you want to call it, it all adds to a real performance. Is if you can get out of your own head and just, let it happen. I think you were saying that, and it's so true. It's so true.
Well, I'm telling you that because I've been an extra also doing background work in movies, so I can definitely relate to that. It's hard work. It's long, long hours.
Hurry up and wait.
Little pay. You can see everything, and that's a good place to be, is when you can actually see everything. It's like you're looking at the horizon when you're an extra, and then you can see if you really want to be a part of it. That the long hours, the hard work, and it's nice in the end. The reward is beautiful in the end, and you're helping people. No matter what the script is, you're helping them laugh. Which is great medicine. Which we'll talk about your comedy again in a minute, and you're helping them, understand, sadness. Something might come out of it where it strikes home at something, if they've lost someone, or about love or divorce. There's something in a movie for everyone.
Playing all the emotions.
Yeah.
Help to get that out.
Yeah. So acting, you have to know a lot and experience a lot.
I started to mention earlier about the movie The Boom with Kevin James. I actually got to hang out with Arthur.
So I didn't see
Henry Winkler.
Yeah, I didn't see you there. Because I was in that movie too a few times. So
Were you in the
Kevin
Riviera? The Riviera Fight Club scene?
I was in a few Fight Club scenes. Yeah.
Did you meet Henry Winkler? Of
Well,
course
Selma
you did.
Hayek. I was in Lenny
Oh,
Clark.
cool.
Lenny Clark and Selma Hayek.
Henry Winkler has to be the nicest guy. In 10 years I've been doing movies. He's the nicest guy.
He walks around talking to everyone.
He sat with the crew,
Yep.
ate lunch with the crew. I had one of the extras behind me where I was up close to the boxing ring, or whatever you call it, the cage, and I had one of the ladies behind me go tap him on the shoulder. He was sitting next to me, and she goes, hey Fonz, it's your buddy Ralph Malph. So I'm like, hey Fonzie, I still got it.
Oh.
Well, we were at like 15th hour, so it went over mediocre at
Oh
best.
my gosh, that was good though.
Yeah. It's
You
nice
look
looking
like-
like Ralph Malph and Richie Cunningham, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you look like you could go in that cage.
Oh, yeah?
You look like you would have.
All buffed out?
Yeah,
I have a
well-
weird workout routine. I work out 3 or 4 times a week religiously for like a month. And then I'm committed. I take 7 years off and I'm right back at it. You gotta rest, you know what I mean?
Oh, you like the long rest.
Yeah, I think I'm on 10 years now though. But
You're on a roll.
I'm on a roll. That's it.
So where are we
I'm
going
rolling.
to see this comedy of yours? You're writing.
I've done the, Rick Jenkins does a show at the Hong Kong. So I think
Okay.
I'm gonna give him a buzz to get back there. So that's it. I'm gonna be trying to do some open mic night. You're pushing me to do the comedy, and I like it. It's coming out now.
Oh,
Thank you very
good.
much for having me on the show.
Oh, you're welcome.
Really.
You're a riot.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's fun.
One more
my
Gosh,
Gosh, you're scaring me.
All right. Now I have that effect on a lot of women. I scare women all the time. You know what I mean? I ask them like, "How you doing?" They're like, "Great. How are you?" I'm like, "I'm excellent." At least that's what they tell me. Oh, never mind. Is this a clean show, by the way?
Yes, it
I hope we
has
got
to
some
be.
editing out there.
Yes, it has to be.
All right.
You never know.
And you know what? They don't.
Somebody's
don't-
grandmother is going to be watching.
Let's hope so, right? No, they don't have enough rated PG comics out there. So maybe that's something I could focus on. Cleaning up my Bill Rick
Yeah.
accent, you know what I mean?
That would probably be hard to do because in comedy it's easy to fall into that.
Right.
Because people want to hear it, and a lot of comedy clubs, people are drinking, and that has a lot to do with it, I think.
You kind of hope that they're drinking or getting in a good mood so that they can relax. But at the end of the show, you'd like to make sure they get home safely, you know what I mean? So that's why I pull up in
Exactly,
my van and I offer everyone
Exactly.
rides. I'm like, ma'am, if you need a ride.
Do you
I'm the
really?
guy." Yeah. Hi kids, you want to go for a ride in my van?
Oh my God. So you're the designated comedian.
No, actually, I am a career designated driver, but I've had
And
drunks.
comedian.
I've had drunks pull me out.
Pull over, son. You're horrible.
I'm taking over. You can't drive. I'm not that great of a driver, but you know what I mean. You know what? I knew I was in trouble with alcohol when I was in high school. My idol, I was really like Arthur. Did you ever see that movie, Arthur?
Oh yeah, Dudley
Dudley
Moore.
Moore. Wasn't he great?
Yes.
Tonight is New Year's Eve. Third time this week.
Oh my gosh. You're so funny.
Thank you.
You are so. I like all the impersonations you do.
You think I should key on that?
I think that
Maybe I should lighten up on the cat. You haven't even seen the chicken yet.
definitely.
No cats? Just break that in for the end.
Do it
Lighten
once in a while. You can do that.
All right.
You can have my permission. But
All right.
you know, people like
Farm
that.
animal jokes are so out these days. I don't know.
Because I just want to sit here and say more.
I know,
Do
right?
another one. Do another one.
Yeah, that's
like
what they
a
usually
kid.
end up saying.
But
Pridemore, you gotta have a little pride in your name. That's a good stage name, though, right?
I
I was gonna change it
David
to Patrick.
Pridemore is, I think, such a good name. It does sound. It sounds like it is your stage name, but it's your real name.
I was supposed to be called Patrick, my mother tells me.
Oh.
So then if I change it to Patrick Pridemore, then I could be known as Pee-Pee. And I think that would be, I think that would be something that we could work on.
Well, we can just call you that if you like that anyway, PP. So yeah, don't change your name.
Don't-
'cause
okay,
you
leave it,
are,
all right.
You are who you are, and we all know now that you're, that's your real name. So it's too late.
It's too late. The cat is out of the
And we're
bag.
gonna, we'll
Don't do it.
We'll find you anyway. You can
gonna
run,
find me, what, on
You can
Facebook
run,
now?
but you can't hide.
All
Yes,
right.
everyone look him up on Facebook. You can run, but you can't hide.
Run, run.
So you have.
You look very
another-
nice, by the way. I wanted to tell you that. Not live on camera, doesn't she, everyone? Isn't
Thank you.
What are you going to do?
Well, that was better, Cat. That was toned down a lot. You'd scare some kids.
Now I'm begging, right?
You make me want to do it, and I don't.
Hey, you know what? I'm not going to hold you back if that's what you want to do.
I want to meow too.
I know you.
Okay, give us. I just have to give us another one. Can you do Barack Obama, our president?
We need to spend the money so that our kids can have a brighter future. Now, I know $1 trillion was a lot of money to spend, but that money went to a lot of good programs. I'm doing Bush now, right?
It was a combination. It was.
I know.
two-
I've never
it was a
been asked to do
combination.
one on the fly like
See,
that.
I put you on the spot.
You did, but
That's good for you because people will ask you to do.
they're like, make me laugh. What do you do for a real job? I'm like,
Yeah, you got to be careful.
I
who
got
you-
guys for you. Never mind.
You have to be careful who you say. Who you tell. You're a comedian.
I know, because the first thing is make me laugh. I'm like, what is this, a show?
Oh no, tell me a joke.
What do you mean? What do you
Tell me a joke.
What do you mean I'm funny, huh? What do you mean? What am I, a tough guy, huh? What do you mean? I want to know. What am I, a clown, huh? What?
You would be good with kids.
Oh, I'm not allowed to be near kids. No. Oh, 100 feet, 100 feet. You know what I mean? I told you I had a van, right? With the ice cream truck sound going, right? My own neighborhood. I'm sitting behind a school bus letting kids out. My own neighborhood. I see some kids getting off, and there's a lady grabbing the kids off the bus. So I'm just sitting there. I might not have had a shirt on. It was when I had my conversion van, and all of a sudden the lady's like, "Whoa, ba, 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 ba," and I'm like, are you kidding me? My own neighbor? Like, the bus driver's looking back like, what? He's just going home. Anyway, probably not a great story to tell, huh?
You just did.
Ah,
Too late.
can we edit that? Is that too late?
Nope. We had a deal. Remember?
All right, we're going live.
We had.
This
a
is
deal.
rehearsal, though, right? When are we going to actually shoot
Yes,
the
right.
show?
We're just rehearsing here, so just be yourself.
Because I got a lot of more bits I got to do. You know what I mean? I'm going to bring some more
Well,
comedy.
practice on me.
Practice on you? Yeah, I can't even go there. Anyway,
So you're going to be doing another movie, you think?
there's 3 more movies coming into town. It's so good that the tax
Boston-
incentive passed. Oh, isn't that great? The tax incentive.
It absolutely is.
So the movies are coming in town. I work as in a defense contract. I work on the weekends, so I have 4 days off every week to do my own.
Oh, you mean you
stuff.
have a real job?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You gotta have.
Don't you hate when somebody says that? Oh, you
Yeah.
have a
What do you
real
do for a
job.
real job? I'm like. I remember when I was first starting out, I was handing out flyers for the Best Buy Idea company, whatever.
Well,
it was.
there's either that or waiting tables.
There you go. It's like every other New York actor, right? So I'm handing out. I'm dressed in a box like the Best Buy Idea box. I'm handing out flyers. I thought I was so excited I got the part. I didn't realize they hired 80 of us to hand out flyers, right? So you're not supposed to talk, right? So you think that's gonna go with
Nothing's
me?
gonna
No,
stop
that
you
ain't gonna
from
fly with me. I'm like, people are coming up to me. I'm like, do you want to touch my box, baby? You know, weird, crazy stuff. I walked into the liquor store. I come out pretending I'm drunk, throwing up into a barrel. The Best Buy Idea box is drunk.
So you're acting.
Well, I think I might have a career as a mascot, perhaps, because, you know,
Do you think
there are
that,
those that wear the suit and those that don't wear the suit. I got the Lowell Lock Monsters hired me for a crazy guy in the stand, and that didn't work out so good. None of my stories work out so good, but I'm trying, you know.
so
But the
all jokes aside, first of all jokes aside,
Okay.
Do you think that that acting and comedy is good therapy for you? Are you covering something up? Are you covering up, or are you?
You think we all have ADD?
Yeah.
So you know.
So, but you're using it as healing and therapy. You think sometimes?
You know what? To make people laugh is a true art form, and I don't know. Maybe I think I have the gift. I think I'm funny. You know what I mean? But sometimes I'm funnier with my misses.
My
like when I
cheeks
miss-
hurt.
Oh yeah. Well, that's good, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah.
they hurt from laughing at you.
Yeah,
Or
are you laughing at
am
me
I
or with me? I don't know.
I was just
I get paid
thinking,
either way. You know
I'm
what I mean?
laughing at you.
Okay,
Because
that's
if I was laughing with, I mean,
one of those two.
Yeah.
I know what you meant. But I actually, one more mascot story. I was dressed. I got a gig as the Lowell Lockmonster Lion, and then I'm sorry, the Nashua Pride Lion, and I had to drive to New Hampshire and like the traffic and everything. My friends are like, "Dude, you're getting paid $25 to." I wouldn't drive to Nashua to pick up 25 bucks, much less put a furry outfit on and ride around the field. So I did it one time, and I had to let the 7th inning. I raced this child around the bases, and I had to let him win. But you know, I'm obviously in great shape. So even with the furry outfit, I'm kicking his butt. You know? So we get around. I realize I got to slow down and let this kid catch up. Play at the plate. Kid smacks into me, takes me out. My head falls off in front of like 3,000 people or whatever they got there. So I lost all respect with the kids after that. They realized I wasn't a real lion. But it was good times, though.
well, I'm going to tell you, this was a good time. This was a great show.
Well, thank you.
We're going
Thank
to
you,
have
and
to
thanks
say
for having me.
goodbye
Oh, no.
to everyone. And thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope you enjoyed on the set today. And it's a wrap.
Thank you. Bye, Mommy.